You guys get 30 minutes and 30 minutes only. Just kidding. But I do have to go take my makeup off and get my eyelashes dyed after this. Here's something that I like to start this podcast out. Also, hello, welcome back to Probably a Podcast. It's been just a brief little break, but I'm coming in hot. I'm coming in hot because I want to know how you fuckers are just walking around. You're just walking around with black eyelashes. All of you. Mostly all of you. Unless you're a redhead listening to this, you're just walking around with black eyelashes and you're taking it for granted. Like you really are, because I'm about to go, not that like I don't love the people that do my lashes. They do a really great professional job, but like it burns. Like it really just, there's no way around it. It doesn't burn until the very end where they take the dye off, but like I don't want to do it, but I have to do it because I'm going on vacation with my boyfriend and I don't want to get out of the water and look like a naked mole rat, you know? We're not going for naked mole rat on vacation, but alas, I am naturally a naked mole rat. That is how God wishes me to be, which is upsetting. Although I do a lot of like kind of fucked up stuff. I feel like if on the scale of things God's giving and taking away from me, I'll deal with the fucking lashes. But all this to be said, it's a mini episode. I'm sorry. I don't want anyone to do this in relationships. When men breadcrumb women, I say, fuck that, we leave. But I am breadcrumbing you guys a little bit before this new season. But I just couldn't stay away. Last time we talked. Oh, I love this. Ready? I made this like list of notes. It is in the most out of order. I just kept being like, oh yeah, and that. Oh yeah, and that. I'm going to just be literally boofing around this whole set. And I'm not going to ask producer Courtney to fix it at all. I'm just literally going to say it's out of order as fuck. Okay? So keep up if you can. Okay, so what did I do last? You guys saw I went on the Revolve trip. It was so much fun. Let me tell you something. It was a lot more, which as it should be, because like what we're given the opportunity to do is fucking incredible. But like it was for sure work. Like I felt fulfilled because I feel like sometimes in my line of work, which this is like very self-deprecating, but like in my line of work, sometimes I feel if I ever complain, I'm like, really bitch, you're complaining. You get to like talk to your friends all day on the internet and make like really cool content and like wear pretty clothes and go to islands. And you're like, I don't know, I'm just really stressed out. Like fuck off. Okay. But sometimes it hit me. I'm like, but it was like a lot at once. Well, because they just are so wonderful with their itineraries. So they like have so many events planned back to back, which we love. We did so much cool stuff. We like did cigar rolling. We went to this like private island one point, which was like super nice. However, I will say, I must just like put it out there on the stratosphere, the podcast universe. I didn't technically, absolutely no shade towards Revolve at all. I didn't actually shake my ass on a yacht. I had this whole montage video like worked up in my brain. I'll have to save it for when I do shake my ass on a yacht with Revolve soon. Producer Courtney, I like messaged her. I was like, here's my plan. It's going to be this clip, then this clip, then this clip. And she was like, okay, got it. And I was like, so if we could just like mash it all together. She was like, got it. Anyways, there was such a large group of people, which I loved. I loved how many girls were there and how many girls I got to meet. Some I've just known from the internet for so long, so that was nice. But because there were so many people, we were on more of like a catamaran, which was also fabulous, and I got some fabulous photos on it. But it wasn't like the time we spent on the boat was literally just to take us from the dock to the island, and then we spent all day on the island. Versus like another trip, maybe we'll be like on a I'm manifesting. Maybe we'll be like on a yacht cruising around the whole time, you know what I mean? Give a little shaky shake. So we're still manifesting that, which is fine because I'm not disappointed. I just needed to properly explain because everyone was like, where are the photos of you shaking your ass on a yacht? And I was like, I was cha-cha sliding on a catamaran, which is fine. Okay. So what else have I done? Oh, I just went on a family vacation. Here's the thing. If there's one thing about me, I'm dramatic. Okay. And I know that. However, I'm going to fast forward to the end of the family vacation because I got sunburn. And this is important because one, I just like, of course I did because I'm a fucking ginger. All right. But I also haven't washed my hair in 6 days. And the last day I was in the ocean. I've showered so many times. I have not washed this hair. There could be things living inside of it. I don't know. I hope they're comfortable if they are. I got so sunburnt on the last day, which is just like really stupid because here's the thing. I've been a redhead my whole fucking life. You know what I mean? Like, yes, do I trick myself sometimes by having a spray tan? Mm-hmm. But do I know when I'm going to get the lashes dyed, when I'm dyeing the brows, when I'm slathering spray tan on, hey, underneath it all, you're a fucking ginger. Okay? So I know that. And I still just walked around in the sun as if nothing was going to happen. But it bothered me so much because I don't think I've told producer Courtney, I didn't talk about going to Portugal yet. I think that was just like a behind the scenes thing. James's family goes to Portugal every year for holiday. It's like really close to London. God, they're so lucky. People in the UK and in Europe are so lucky. They're so close to everything. So they go to Portugal very often for vacation, and he invited me on his family vacation. Big deal, big step. I'm just really excited. Okay. I'm not going to do the happy thing again, even though, like, you guys know, I'm like really happy, but just very exciting. And I have never been on a family vacation with a boyfriend. Actually, I've never brought a boyfriend on a family vacation with me. That's for sure. So really just a lot of firsts. I think his family is so much fun. I have a blast with them when I got to like hang out with them and get to know them a lot in London. So I'm really, really excited. Also, the area of Portugal we're going is just stunning. It's called the Algarves. It's like the most blue, pretty water ever. It's so cool. But okay, all this to be said, I leave on Sunday. So I haven't seen James now for a month, almost a month and a half. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm like, long distance, like we can do it. Well, I was a little spoiled bitch, like I told you guys last time. And I was like 2 weeks off, 1 week on, 2 weeks off, 1 week on. Now it's been a month and a half almost. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm lonely and sad and a bit horny. Okay. So I need to see my boyfriend, but I leave on Sunday, fly. Did you guys know there's a nonstop flight from Nashville to London? Like, that is iconic. And wonderful. I was flying to New York every time to leave from my apartment in New York to go to London, which, yeah, it cuts the time down by like 2 hours, but who cares if you're nonstop and you're just sipping on red wine, watching fucking Downton Abbey. Started watching Downton Abbey. Don't think I've been a Downton Abbey watcher since I've been on the podcast with you guys. This is my formal announcement that I will be creating a Downton Abbey recap podcast. Not really, but I could. I'm obsessed. Don't tell me anything. I'm on season 4. Don't tell me anything. I will literally rip your throats out. But I love it so much. I can't believe I didn't watch it until now. I can't believe you guys didn't tell me to watch it until now. You're all to fault for this, and I'm upset with you. But it's the best show ever. But yeah, if you're just chilling and watching Downton Abbey and drinking red wine, who cares if it's 2 more hours of a nonstop flight? Very excited for that. But all that being said, for the 15th time, I leave on Sunday. I'm recording this today. It's Friday. I get sunburnt on Wednesday. Okay, this is an important timeline. Okay, here's the thing. When you get sunburned, who cares? But like if you peel, that's the issue, right? It's not cute. But also it's like whatever, who cares? But if you get a spray tan on top of a sunburn, and I'm gonna insert these photos to producer Courtney. I'm actually gonna not forget. I'm gonna airdrop them to her right now. They're so bad. I will insert these into the YouTube video. This is what happens if you get a spray tan and then you are already sunburned and then you start to peel. The spray tan just peels off. So I was at my best friend Grayson's wedding 2 summers ago. Last summer, 2020. Yeah, 2 summers ago. And I had gone on it was in July. So I had gotten sunburnt and then got a spray tan right on top of it. And literally the day of her wedding, the spray tan looked good for like 3 days. And then the day of her wedding, I was like, that's weird. What's this? And then it was like, all hell just broke loose on my skin. And like the last thing you want to do the day of your best friend's wedding, like I was one of the maid of honors, like the last thing I wanted to do was fucking be like, oh my skin, God, how could I fix this? Everyone's like, shut the fuck up, you make everything about yourself. So I was like, I did not say a word until one person was like, what the fuck is happening to your chest? And I was like, this chest? Nothing. She was like, can you cover that up? I was like, I've been trying for the last 2 hours. There's not a shade of makeup that can cover it up. And she was like, can you put more spray tan on it? I was like, I've done that for an hour. She's like, huh. And I was like, huh. So all that to be said, I am now picturing those photos you just saw happening on this vacation that I've been so excited to go on for the past month with my boyfriend and his family. And of course, as you guys know, I bought the most fucking fabulous outfits for, okay? And as you guys know, I love a low cut moment. So I'm just fucked, okay? I'm just fucked. And why? Because I forgot for 2 minutes that I was ginger, okay? You're ginger. Grow up. So yeah, I basically, I cried. I called Anna Grace. I wish she was sitting here right now. I'm getting her back on the pod. We're about to FaceTime her with Courtney so we can figure out a date for her to come to Nashville because we're getting her on the pod for the next season. Absolutely, we have to. So much to catch up on. But Oh, and in this last podcast, did I say that Taylor was pregnant? I don't think she'd announced yet. Taylor's pregnant again. What the fuck? Shit is crazy. I've got so much going on. My friend, her birthday's tomorrow, actually. I'm like, damn, you're 29, married, and have 3 kids. What the fuck? I need to do a whole podcast on, you guys are always very curious about how you maintain friendships when you're in 2 separate parts of your life. And let me tell you something. We couldn't be in 2 more separate parts of our life. 3 kids. I'm shook. So, and talk about her just getting busy. Honestly, I was like, can you and Mike relax? And she was like, no. Okay, so I call Anna Grace. I'm like, hey, I wasn't crying at first. I was like, hey, I'm so mad at myself. I asked her to create a spell. I said, can you create a spell? We all know Anna Grace is our local friendly witch. Okay, 100%. She's got every trick up her sleeve she can. And yeah, I was like, is there any like mantra I could say? Is there anything? And I was like, I know it's like the person on Facebook, my friend John Christ has this really funny bit of like all the dumbest shit people have asked you to say a prayer for. And like one of them was like, please pray that there's not a long line at Chick-fil-A. Like say prayers for cousin Timmy. He's trying to get tickets to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's like all this dumb shit that you're like, we're not praying for that, okay? Anna Grace was like, yeah, I can help you come up with something. And I was like, okay. Anyways, while I was telling her this, and Anna Grace, if you think about it, Anna Grace and Coach, they were not long distance as in far away from each other when they first dated, but his job, I remember she used to like FaceTime him once a day, and it was such a big deal. And I'd be like, she'd be like, I'm sorry, I have to go upstairs and FaceTime him. And I'd be like, oh my God, who cares? But you do, if you only have one form of communication and it's FaceTime, and you could only FaceTime him for 30 minutes a day. His job would let him only FaceTime for small amounts of time a day when he was like in preseason and all the kind of crazy stuff they were doing with football. I just understand on such a deeper level now how important those things were. And so anyways, I call her up because I'm like talking to her and I'm like, and I just haven't seen him in like a month and a half and I've been looking forward to this. I'm like, I spent so much money on clothes. Stupid. And I was like, I'm literally going to peel and it's so annoying. And of course, Taylor's Hawaiian ass was just like, so just don't get a spray tan. And I'm like, just don't get a spray tan. Hannah Burner. She's like, just stop getting a spray tan. So I'm like, I'm going to go to Portugal with my boyfriend's family and his hot like mom and sister who are so blonde and tan. And I'm just not going to get a spray tan. Fuck off. I'm ginger. I'm getting a spray tan. So anyways, I was telling her all this and she's like, no, I know. I understand more than most people, like how important this trip is to you and da-da-da. And also like, I'm not just going to Florida. Flying to goddamn Portugal. Like it's a lot of effort, right? And I got a little choked up. And I was like, and I just feel like I'm just fucked it all up. And she was like, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a deep breath. And I was like, okay. And it was like, you know, when you are being so stupid and just like annoying as fuck and it's an outer body experience and you like see it, but you still can't stop it. But you're like, oh no, I'm crying about a sunburn. I'm not even crying about a sunburn because the sunburn doesn't even actually hurt. Can you guys see it? Surely. Pretty red. I'm crying because my spray tan is going to be messed up from the sunburn. So like I needed to shut the fuck up. Okay. And so since then, other than explaining it to you guys on this podcast, I've shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up about it. But we will see how the trip goes. Oh, so I'll explain to you guys what we're doing. We're going to Algarve's, Portugal for 4 days with his family and staying with them, which again, very excited. Can't wait. And then he's such a planner. I just love it. It's so wonderful. And I've never dated anyone that's just like goes out of his way. I know we're long distance, so you kind of have to plan, but he just does the sweetest things. And like, he does love surprises and I'm really trying to get used to that. I'm like twitching. I'm like, yeah, I love a surprise. Well, I just told him, I'm like, can you stop telling me you have a surprise for me? Just when the surprise happens, I'll be like, oh my God, I'm so surprised and how fun. If you tell me there's a surprise coming, I don't like it. I don't like it. So just don't tell me, okay? But anyways, at first I think he wanted it to be a surprise, and that he was like, "You exhausting me." He's like, "I'll just tell you," because I was like, "And also, what would I wear? And also, can you tell me the name of the place?" Like, and he's like, "Just here. This is what we're doing." So I was like, "Okay." But then we're spending 3 days on our own, and I'm gonna say this wrong, Cascais. It's like another area of Portugal. I'm saying it so fucking wrong. I just did the pronunciation, and it's like cash. It's like cash. I don't fucking know. It's spelled like Casais. I'm spelling it wrong again. Cascais. Case Cash. I don't fucking know. But a beautiful place. Yeah, so we'll just like, add another tally to me just being a stupid, uncultured American. But yeah, we're going to go there for 3 days by ourselves, which would be nice to have some alone time. And then we're going to fly back to London and I'll be with him in London for 4 days, I think. So I'm gone for almost 2 weeks. Very excited. Miss him dearly. Really just can't wait. But yeah, so before this, obviously I was on my family vacation. Oh, and all talking about traveling too. Here we go, out of order as fuck. Someone asked me, how do you pack? And like, I can make a video on how to pack, but basically I'm like so specific about my lists. Like I make these packing lists and for instance, I asked James, like, give me like a rough idea of like what we're doing each day. Not like each day, like he doesn't have to give me an itinerary, but I'm like every day, if we're going on a random hike or boat day, will you tell me that? So then I write out each day, like exactly what we're doing. And then I go on the next paper and I write out outfits I would wear for what we're doing. So like some of the days are total, just like direct copy paste of each other. Like I think on 3 of the days, it literally says like morning, like breakfast run. And then it says like outfit, like a cozy outfit for that. And then it says like swimsuit for lunch and a cover up and then dinner outfit. And they're like the same thing each day. But I just make sure that when I'm not packing a bunch of clothes, I pack for each day. And yes, when I get there, I could wear what I plan to wear on Tuesday, on Thursday. I'm not like a sociopath about it, but like I don't overpack amounts of outfits, if that makes sense. And I don't put in like, oh, what if outfits. Like it's also easier when you're at the place, like when you're at the destination, only having a certain amount of clothes. Like there's nothing that gets my rocks off more. Like I literally just love when I finish a vacation and I've worn everything in my suitcase. Maybe even I wore something twice. She's crazy. She's wild. She's out of control. She packed efficiently. And that makes me really happy when I don't just have like bukus of clothes that I didn't wear. But I'll definitely have to check a bag. I'm not a big bag checker, but I did buy some air tags. People have been doing that lately, putting little air tags in their luggage. So I did that. Conveniently enough, Heathrow, which is the airport I fly into in London, Heathrow is like the main one that all these like TikToks are videoing of all the like luggage just like sprawled out everywhere and everyone just like fucking losing their minds. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I do have it air tagged, so if it's amongst everyone else's stuff strewn about, then I'll dig in there and find it. Kind of like I did with my retainer one time when I was younger. That was a dark time in my life. Wendy's drive-thru. I was crawling in the dumpster. I remember this like group of high school boys drove by, rolled their window down, and was like, "We'll buy you some food." And I was like, "Oh, I hate this." My mom was like, "Go find it." And I was like, "Can't we just buy another one?" She was like, "Go find it." And I was like, okay, so I went on my family vacation. We're reverting back to that. And I had a lot of questions. First of all, I just had the best time ever. I am biased, but I have the best family ever. I love them. The Fords just know how to do it. We were in Charleston. We stayed in Folly Beach. My mom got a house that was like right on the beach. It was beautiful. So we just like every day we just like walk out to the beach, whatever. We brought our dog. Oh, it was so sweet. I just like loved being there so much. But someone was like asking like, do you and your family members ever get in fights? Do you guys ever bicker? I'm like, first of all, if the one thing that the Fords are going to do is when we fight. Like we literally fight with each other over the dumbest stuff, the most important stuff. We just like, I am shocked we're not Italian. I really am, because it's just like nonstop. But then it's like, we also just like love each other so hard. And if one person said one thing about my family members, I'd be like, what? I wouldn't punch them. I'd probably just like make them cry with my words. But I get like so defensive about my sister and my brother and of course my parents. But like, who's talking shit about my parents? If you are, I'll fucking find you. But yeah, I just like, I laughed because I'm like, we are grown ass women, grown ass men, and me and my sister still find ways to like annoy the fuck out of each other. Like we really do. Like my sister grinds my gears probably more than most people, but I think it's because introspectively, like let me think of the thing that annoys me the most. She has to have control, right? I'm like, she has to have control. Guess why I don't like that? Guess why? Because I like to have control. Ding, 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 ding. So like I try to remind myself of things like that. Like, hey, like take a step back. Why are you annoyed that she's doing this? Because you wanted to do it? Okay, like relax. So I think that's a good lesson in relationships, family relationships, friendships, whatever. If you're annoyed at someone and then you realize you're annoyed because you wanted to do what they're doing, that's annoying you, then like, come on. So anyways, I remember there was a time not even that long ago where I would have like not picked a fight, but I would have been like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell her exactly how I feel. Like if she said something I didn't agree with or was doing something that I didn't like, I'd be like, no, we're not doing that. And she'd be like, well, yeah, we are. And then we would just go at it, right? This trip, I found myself, if I was ever like annoyed or anything, and by the way, it's not just my sister, mom, dad, brother, anyone, I would just like walk away. Like I would just like not engage. And that is crazy and effective. It is wild how effective that is. So if you have any like family qualms, dude, just like don't worry about it. Just like walk away and like call your friend, talk shit. Like literally, you don't have to fight. You don't have to fight. You don't have to argue. And then promise you in fucking 20 minutes, you'll be like, I don't even care. Like that thing you were so like annoyed about, you'll be like, I don't fucking care. Like, who cares if we are going to go on a walk on the beach now instead of earlier when you want to? And she's so selfish because it's like, who gives a fuck, Shannon? So anyways, I employ all of you to just shut the fuck up and walk away, and you'll be over it in 20 minutes. And you and your sister will have the best time ever. I had like one of my favorite vacations ever with my sister, and her wife was there, and she's just wonderful. I love my sister's wife. She's in med school and I have so many questions for her. And she's probably like, shut the fuck up, I'm studying for med school. And I'm just like, so anyways, Lauren, producer Courtney's laughing because she's like, you asked so many questions. Oh, okay. And if you're looking at this podcast, by the way, it has a new cover photo. Shut the fuck up. How exciting. How exciting. I like it a lot. We had a great photo shoot. You guys are really helpful if you're listening to this podcast and you follow me on Instagram. I actually kind of just posted like, what do you guys think when you think of me? Like I didn't hire a stylist for this. I didn't really plan on picking the clothes out the day before. And of course I have a lot of beautiful clothes. So I was happy to go into my own closet and stop by this place in Nashville called The Showroom, which is wonderful. You can like rent fabulous outfits. And I was like, what am I going for here? And everyone kind of like gave me some really good ideas that I definitely incorporated into it. So the one we landed on was this like fabulous little bougie, little feathers, little crystals, blue in the background. I'm here for it. And the mic around the arm. I mean, it's just great. Complete with the new logo. And shut the fuck up. Look at these. Look at these. What are they called? Thingies. What are they actually called? Mic flags. Okay, mic flags. We have mic flags just flying around. I love it. Is that straight? Did I fix it? Okay. Oh, and then what else was I going to tell you guys that this is exciting. Guests that we're going to have on for the next podcast. So I feel like I would love to hear from you guys. Who do you want? So if you're watching on YouTube, comment it below. If you're listening, shoot me a DM or something. I would truly love to know who you guys would want to hear me talk to, because of course I'll just talk to whoever the fuck I want to talk to. But you guys give me such good ideas for like people I wouldn't have thought of. So want to have some comedians on, because I just like love laughing. I just think it's really fun to do that. And so I want to have some people that you're like not expecting. Like, I don't know, like a random like sex therapist or something. She'll probably listen to me for 2 seconds and be like, you're fucked. I am such a fast talker. Oh, do you know what popped off whenever we were sitting here? Have you guys downloaded the app? Yeah, it's an app. It's like a new social platform called Be Real. I just like add them all. Like when TikTok started, I was like, this is stupid. No one's going to use this. What am I, 12? Now I'm like doing fucking every little thing. So no, I don't do the dances. I only do the voiceovers. But yeah, I was like, I'll download it just cause whatever. But the whole concept of the app is that, it'll like notify you, like your phone will light up. It doesn't tell you when. It's just like a random notification throughout the day. And it says it's time to be real. And you have to take a photo of yourself, and then it immediately takes a photo of whatever's in front of you. So I was like, oh my God, this is the best ever, because I was telling Courtney, I'm like, mine just went off and it was so cute. I got to like take a selfie of me with the mic, and then it popped off and took a picture of like the cameras and lights in front of me. I'm like, fun. She's working. She's busy. She's professional. She's got a fucking mic flag. But I was like, it always literally will be like, it's time to be real. And I'm like, fuck, I'm in my bed. I'm like, okay, well, gotta be real. And so I do it. And then the next day I'm like, fuck, I'm in bed. Okay, gotta be real. I gotta be real. I'm tired of being real. I am. Claudia Austria, she just posted this, like, I don't know if it was a story or TikTok where she was talking about the same thing. She's like, it does not catch me being interesting at all. And then she's like, fuck, am I not interesting? I know Claudia. Very interesting girl. They're fucking us with these times. Like, they're picking times they know we're not being cool. And we're not doing cool things. I want to talk to the manager about it. So if you follow me on Be Real, which I don't even know how you really do that. I think I have mine set that you can follow me. I don't fucking know. But you'll just see like a bunch of photos of me literally just laying in bed watching Downton Abbey. I'll be watching Downton Abbey. What other show should I watch? Everyone's obsessed with Vampire Diaries. Can't get behind it. Just didn't love it. Anna Grace watched it like 4 times through and she was in love with it. I personally can't be bothered. You know what James says all the time in England? They say, or the like British people, the UK, isn't it all the same? I don't really know. I guess it's how like the United States and America and the US are, they all mean the same thing. UK, England, and British. You guys, I don't fucking know. Maps, who needs them? They say like what did he say earlier? He's like, I need to go to the gym, but I can't be asked. It means like I can't be bothered or like I don't want to, but he says it so much, so casually. He's like, can't be asked. Can't be asked. So I'm like, Vampire Diaries, can't be asked. Can't be asked. Again, if you think that you turned your speed for this podcast into 3 times, you didn't. I just talked this fast. Tonight, I'm going to Red Hot Chili Peppers, and I'm going with my friend Worth. Oh, I've been working out. Who is she? They look strong, to be honest. The spray tan's on its literal last leg. I'm trying to hold out until I get another spray tan for Portugal, so we're just crusty little girls over here. But yeah, going to Red Hot Chili Peppers tonight with Worth, who is my trainer and just really good friend from the show. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, I talked about this on my Instagram. I had this idea to do a little like version, like it won't be like every episode and it won't be whole episodes, but maybe if I touch on like a Very Cavallari recap, watch me get like fucking slammed with some like NDA that I signed like 5 years ago after I say this. We'll see. I'll see you in court. No, but I think that is long gone, all those contracts. Who knows though? Who knows? But I think it'd be really cool to kind of like go through, talk about the pod. I know a lot of people, especially like right now, Kristen and Steven are doing like a super successful, very popular rewatch podcast of Laguna Beach in the Hills, which is so fun. And like I said, obviously doing so well. But I thought it'd be kind of cool just to do a little recap, and then I could have like, you know, the people that still talk to me, like Reagan. I could have Reagan on. I could have Taylor. I could have Worth. I would obviously love to invite Brittany on. I think that would be interesting to hear her take on things. I have obviously like a lot of her side. I'm sure is very different than my side for like the fights we got in on the show. Some real, some not. So it would be really interesting. I'll have to reach out. I'm pretty sure I'm still blocked, but that's okay. That's all right. I did just see her at a wedding recently, though. I came back from my family vacation to go on to one of my dearest, longest friends, Chase and Lauren, in Nashville. They got married, and Brittany is one of Lauren's best friends. So I saw her, and she was so nice to me, by the way. She like gave me a hug, said, I think I said she looked pretty. She might have said I looked pretty. Can't really remember, but it was a blur. But like, very cordial, very nice. But you know, sometimes people are just being adults. Maybe she doesn't like me. Still, we'll see. You know me, always trying to get people that don't like me to like me. It's a problem. But I think that would be really fun. Oh, I had a lot of people ask me about seeing John at the wedding too. So John was the best man in, what was he? Actually, I think Chase's brother was. Regardless, he was, you know, up front. And we were at the same table. Like we just get along really well. I just am so happy for him. Anything he does, I'm happy for him. Like I really venture to say he feels the same way about me. And it was so great. We laughed and talked the whole time. This group of people that were at our table were like everyone that I used to hang out with in Nashville. Nashville's kind of got this new wave, as every city and group of friends has. You know, we were all like BFFs when we were 23 to 25 age range, and then you just grow up and you guys get married and you have kids or you move away, whatever. Like our massive friend group that used to go out and get shit faced on Broadway and at Losers and Winners and Tin Roof every weekend, like we just don't do that really as much anymore. And it's funny because you see this new wave of like younger people like come in. It's almost like the end of Mean Girls, you know, where they're like all sitting in the park and they all get along now, and then like the new like version of the Plastics come through and they're like almost get hit by the bus. I'm watching them all walk into Tin Roof and I'm like, I was you once, boom. But I'm just kidding. I would never want them to be hit by a bus. Would I? But yeah, it was a group of people that I used to see every weekend, every week, because we were just like absolute degenerates that would party during the week as well. And it was so fun. It was just such a good wedding. You love a wedding that just like actually it feels so special and meaningful to you. And it was like old friends that we've known forever getting married, all of our old friends together at this table. I just loved it. I just had the best time at it. So yeah, John was there at the table and we were just laughing and having a great time. But yeah, this was a nice little mini episode. I promise I'll stop breadcrumbing you kind of, but I hope you guys like the new cover photo. I'm going to have a lot more new things, but I was talking to producer Courtney and I was like, I don't need to like do some massive big like rollout where it's like intro, outro. I mean, I've told you guys all the shit that I don't have that I'd like to have, like mic flags, intro and outro. Maybe will probably come with like the actual official new season. And yeah, a lot of other cool shit. I got some very interesting, cool, fun news, and I hate to do this to you, but I can't tell you about it, regarding the podcast and the network. So stay tuned, you little fuckers. Love you.